So you want to call, huh? Okay, well, let's see what the flop brings you, and you tell me whether you like the flop or not. Okay, so this is flop number 1. Do you like that flop? Well, okay, it's paired, but for all you know, your opponent has got a better pair than you're representing. I mean, you don't have a pair, but you're going to try and represent something, I guess. Or do you just think, oh, well, I might have hit my ace, I might have hit my 9. If so, then you're giving up on this flop, right? So we don't really like that flop. Okay, so let's try another flop. Right, well, you've hit your ace this time, and maybe you think that's gin, but of course, don't forget your opponent raised an early position. That signifies some kind of premium hand, and a lot of the premium hands are good aces, so ace king, ace queen, possibly even ace jack suited. Now, against those hands, you're in a lot of trouble. You're only going to win, really, by hitting your 9, and there are only 3 of them left in the deck, so you figure to be about 12% to hit one of them by the river. So it could actually end up costing you quite a lot of money to continue with this hand. So maybe you don't like this flop so much either. Okay, let's try another flop. Well, this one looks particularly scary. Your opponent might have had something like king-queen, which you were actually ahead of pre-flop, and now that's just taken over. Yes, if your opponent checks, you could bet and represent these hands, but he might equally have something that's way ahead of your hand and possibly ahead of what you're representing. So once again, if you were playing this for value, well, you didn't hit it, and if you're bluffing, it's going to cost you quite a lot to find out whether your opponent's scared or not. Try another flop. Well, nothing much there, but of course nothing much has changed. You still haven't hit your hand, and for all you know, your opponent has a hand or is not going to go away from whatever he's got. So once again, you don't really like this flop. So you saw 4 flops and you didn't really like any of them, which basically calls into question your original action pre-flop, which was to call for value of your hand. You thought your ace-9 was good, you thought it was a decent hand, but actually there weren't really many flops that you could have liked at all. Sure, if you hit an ace-9x flop, or perhaps a 9-9x, or maybe even an ace-ace-x, well, that's a good flop for you. But flops like that are approximately 30 to 1, so you're certainly not calling with the correct odds to hit a flop like that. So all in all, calling is not a good idea.